Rocks and minerals. The Earth's crust is made up of various types of rocks, and these rocks are made up of different minerals. That means rocks can be made up of many different minerals. These rocks can be of different sizes, colors, or textures. Rocks are of different colors because they are made up of different minerals, and rocks का texture means rock का touch कैसा है, hard है या soft है, that also depends on the minerals they are made up of. Minerals are extracted, or you can say taken out, from some rocks. A rock in which a particular mineral is found more in percentage, from such rocks minerals are extracted. मीन्स कोई भी ऐसे रॉक में से मिनरल्स एक्सट्रैक्ट करेंगे जिस रॉक में वो मिनरल बाकी मिनरल्स से ज़्यादा अमाउंट में प्रेजेंट हो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर एक रॉक डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ मिनरल से बना है बट उस रॉक में आयरन सबसे ज़्यादा अमाउंट में है, सो उस रॉक में से आयरन एक्सट्रैक्ट करेंगे, and because iron is more in that rock, we can call it iron ore. So on the basis of their formation, rocks are divided into three main categories: igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. Each type of rock has its own characteristic on the basis of what it's made up of, its color, size, and texture. Igneous rocks. The igneous rocks are associated with volcanic activity. They are formed by cooling and solidification of magma or lava. Means जब lava या magma cool होके solid हो जाता है, hard हो जाता है, then the igneous rocks are formed. There are two types of igneous rocks: extrusive igneous rocks and intrusive igneous rocks. Now we already know that the magma that comes out from a volcano is called lava. So when this lava gets some air and when it is cooled down, it becomes solid or hard, and these type of rocks are called extrusive igneous rocks as they are formed on the external part of the earth. It forms small crystalline rocks, and thus these rocks are as smooth as glass. For example, basalt, obsidian, etc. Now sometimes the magma gets cooled down and solidifies below the earth's surface. अर्थ सरफेस के नीचे मीन्स इंटीरियर में ही मैग्मा जब कूल होके सॉलिड हो जाता है, such type of rocks are called intrusive igneous rocks. Therefore, these rocks are very rough with large crystals. For example, granite. Igneous rocks were the first rocks to be formed on the earth, so they are known as primary rocks. These rocks are very hard and compact. Sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are considered as the earth's outermost skin. So the rocks roll down the mountains, valleys, or rivers due to weathering. Weathering means the movement of wind, water, or the melting of glaciers. So when there are heavy winds or heavy rain or any place with fast flowing rivers, erosion takes place. Means because of all these weathering activities, the rocks or the soil particles starts moving with wind or water. This is called erosion. Now when erosion takes place, these rocks roll down the mountains, valleys, or rivers, and when one rock hits the other rock, they are broken into pieces. These broken pieces are called sediments. Now fossils like dead plants and animals are also moved from one place to another due to weathering. These sediments or fossils are carried to the bottom of an ocean or other low-lying areas. Means fossils और sediments को ocean या किसी lake के depth में deposit किया जाता है, जमा किया जाता है. This process is called deposition. So over millions of years, when the layers of sediments are deposited at one place, these sediments gets compressed because of pressure of the layers of sediments. It gets compressed and sticks to one another, and thus sedimentary rocks are formed. Sedimentary rocks can be formed through any one of the following method. It can be formed mechanically, chemically, or organically. Mechanically formed sedimentary rocks. You can take for example Sandstone. A sandstone is a mechanically formed sedimentary rock. So when small grains of sand gets compressed due to pressure, they stick to one another and form a rock. Chemically formed sedimentary rocks. Salt is an example of chemically formed sedimentary rock. So how do we get salt? Salt is mixed with seawater. So if we want salt, water needs to be separated from salt. So through the process of evaporation, water is separated from salt, and thus salt is a chemically formed sedimentary rock. Organically formed sedimentary rocks. So as we discussed earlier, sometimes dead plants, animals and other microorganisms get compressed under the surface for a very long period of time. And after millions of years, these organic matters transform into fossil fuels or organic rocks. Fossil fuels such as coal, petroleum, and natural gas are found in organically formed sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are very soft and fragile, means it can be easily broken. Now, the third main type of rock is the metamorphic rock. The word metamorphism means the change in form. मेटामॉर्फिज्म का मतलब होता है किसी ऑब्जेक्ट या किसी चीज के फॉर्म में चेंज होना. So because of high temperature and pressure, igneous rock और sedimentary rock के color, hardness, texture और minerals में जो change आता है और उस change की वजह से जो नया rock form होता है, this rock is called the metamorphic rock. Slate, gneiss, and quartzites are the examples of metamorphic rocks. The metamorphic rocks are the hardest of all forms of rocks. Now let us see what is rock cycle. Rock cycle. So the rock cycle is a process where one form of rock transforms into another form in a cyclic manner. So let us understand how the rock cycle works. So we already know how igneous rocks are formed. When the lava cools down, it becomes solid and our igneous rocks are formed. Now these rocks, because of weathering and erosion, are broken into sediments. These sediments are transported and deposited in low areas, and after millions of years, sedimentary rocks are formed. Now the igneous rocks which are formed by the cooling of magma inside the volcano and the sedimentary rocks, both these rocks, when they get heat and pressure, they change into metamorphic rocks. And when these metamorphic rocks, after much more pressure of over millions of years, move deep inside the interior of the earth, they melt. Means पिघल जाते हैं. अर्थ के इंटीरियर में डीप में जाने की वजह से मेल्ट हो जाते हैं. And again it comes out in the form of lava and the rock cycle continues. So the rock cycle is an endless process which plays an important role in the formation of the earth's crust. Now let us see the importance of rocks. Rocks are aggregates of minerals that are essential for all living beings. Means rocks are mixture of different minerals which are necessary for all living beings. Soil is derived from weathered rocks. So as we saw earlier how rocks are broken due to weathering, we know that in the same way soil is formed due to weathering. We get fossil fuels, gems, diamonds and precious stones from rocks. Rocks are used for construction of roads, buildings and hundreds of other structures. And in fact, the Earth is a rocky planet, so the mostly available element on the Earth's crust are the rocks.